Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome back inside the Woburn Bowlerdrome. John Holt with Dan Murphy and Trina Fernandez, and the story continues to be the championship run of Jeff Surette.
Yeah, his teammates looking over show. John Zappi winning 9 in a row, and Jeff is now trying for his 7th. Two tough opponents, though.
We'll speak with Jeff in just a second to get his thoughts, but first we say hi to Trina, standing by with the challengers. Trina?
Thank you very much, John. Well, it's Old Home Week today. We've got Peter Flynn and Dave Cookie Richards. And Peter, it's been a while. Where you been?
Yeah, bowling not good enough to make it, I guess. I've been trying. It's a tough show to make.
It is a tough show to make, but it's been, what, a couple years?
Yeah, it's been a couple of years. Yes, it has.
Well, it's very nice to see you back.
Well, thank you.
And I know you know this gentleman very well over here. Cookie, you guys went to high school together, is that correct?
Well, we knew each other from high school. He went to high school in Woburn here, and I went to Stoneham. But we bowled in the same house over in Stoneham for God knows how many years.
And you were our champ a couple, what, 5 years ago?
Something like that. It's been 4 or 5 years, yeah.
It's good to see you back again.
Nice to be back, Trina.
All right, well, no lack of experience on this stage today. Back over to you, John.
Trina, thank you. With Jeff now, Peter Flynn, Dave Richards, two real good potential opponents.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to have to come out real early and put some marks together and make them work and see if I can get number 7.
Well, good luck today.
Okay, thank you.
We are back with the Challengers match right after this on Comcast Sportsnet. Back in Woburn for the Challengers match on our new home, Comcast Sportsnet. Glad you're with us. Glad you made the switch. We appreciate your loyalty, and we are ready to go. Peter Flynn to step in first, opposite Dave Richards, two real good Candlepin bowlers. The winner to move on to go opposite Jeff Surette. Peter joining us from West Newbury. He will drop 8 to start.
Well, so people will probably be surprised when I say that Peter Flynn, this is only his 2nd time with us. He was took some time off from Candlepin bowling because of medical issues, moved to South Carolina or North Carolina for a while. Now he's back and bowling as good as ever. He was on with us back in 06, November, against Rich Moran, and he lost in the Challengers match after throwing 139. Rich Moran threw a 147.
Tough way to lose a Challengers match. 8 on the fill for Peter.
Leaves himself the 9 and the 10. Piece of wood out in front. See if he can maneuver that somehow to help him clear out both the 9 and the 10. Leaves the 10.
Total of 28 for Peter, through 2. The first look now at Dave Richards from Plaistow, New Hampshire.
Dave boasts a record of 8 and 3 on the show. Been with us a number of times. Of course, back in 04, defeated Mike Morgan and Chris Sargent to win the championship show at the end of the season.
Four and the 7 still up. That'll be a 10 for Dave. With a victory today, Jeff Surette would make it 7 weeks in a row as champion. The all-time mark held by John Zappi of 9 in a row.
I think Craig Holbrook might have had 6 or 7, and Det had 8. Det Klein. So Dave's going to be open the first 2 frames, but these 2 bowlers bring a lot of experience.
10 and 9, totals 19 for Dave. So in an early 9-pin hole to Peter Flynn. Big lefty drops 9.
Take a look at that wood out in front. Looks like it's in play. Yes, it is. Looking at the 3-pin, can he get by? Left-hander. Better chance than a right-hander would of getting by that piece of wood.
Got the job done for his second mark. Six on the fill, leaves the 4 horsemen left. 1, 2, 4, 7. A little more of a challenge for the southpaw. Misses all of them. It's set up more favorable to a righty.
And an 8-box, make it 52 through 4 frames. Dave Richards now on lane 35, looking for his first mark.
Just one game, the higher score of the 2 competitors will determine who advances. Just a single game here in the challengers round. Dave sporting a 127 average.
Solid 9-pin drop, leaving the 4. Not a problem for Dave.
Matches the spare from Peter in box 3. Peter put up a fill of 6. Here's Dave's crack at it.
We got a break when that 7-pin went down and it came across and took out the 3 and the 6 as well.
Only the 10 staring at Dave Richards.
He's got a roadblock out in front, almost where those 2 pieces of wood meet. Maybe the red line of that second piece. Try to cap the one out in front and see what happens. Yes, 2 in a row.
3 in a row would get him $50 in bonus money. Fifth box for Peter. Eight of them fall, left with the 210.
You want to catch a little bit of that wood in the 2-pin. 2 shots at something taken down to 10. Oh, in between both. A little farther to the right might have caught the wood, or a little farther to the right cut the 2-pin into the 10. .61 at the halfway point for our southpaw from West Newbury, Massachusetts. Explodes 9 pins, leaves the 6-pin.
Misses to the right. The opportunity was there for him, but no go. Got it that time. Gets him to 71. Here's his reaction off that miss.
I think he thought he had it covered.
Ooh. Still upset about it, muttering to himself as he takes a seat.
Dave, disappointing 2 on the spare. There was a chance for him to take over the lead, but he still trails now through 4 frames by 2 pins.
Good recovery.
Dave does a lot of his bowling out of Park Place lanes in Windham, New Hampshire. Both bowlers boast a high individual single of over 200.
Dave's reaction to the miss.
He knew it as soon as he let the ball go that it wasn't on target. They both have a 200. 201 for Dave and 211 for Peter Flynn.
Takes out a half dozen. Leaves the 1, 2, 4, and 10. He will trail Peter heading into the final 4 boxes. He will trail by 3, 71 to 68. Both bowlers with 2 marks apiece.
Half Worcester left. Follows it with the next ball. He's got some work to do with his final ball. Certainly does not want a bad frame. Give the lead back without making Dave throw a spare or strike.
Salvages a 7 out of it. Two and the 5 left.
Wood rolling out. It looks like it's in play. Yes. 2 and the 5.
That comes in a big spot. Two boxes to go for Peter, and he'll work off a spare when he steps back in. Drop of 7 for Dave. That close. See the frustration on his face.
Well, he hit the object pin with that sleeper in the back. Now that ties the match up at 78, but now he's going to have to be forced to throw another mark to match Peter's spare in the 8th. All for the chance to take on our champ, 6-time champ, Jeff Surette. Off target, but after all said and done, he's got the head pin plus a 7, 8, and 9. But 2 pieces behind the head pin should help him. 8 pin looks like it's going to be the problem. No, got the 8. Yeah, it was.
You called it, Dan.
7 and 9 went. The 8 stayed there.
So Dave will head into the final 2 boxes after Peter's fill, trailing. He'll know exactly what he needs to when he steps back in.
Right, as John said, anything on this ball will be Peter Flynn's lead going to the final 2 frames.
How about
make it 10?
All of them. All 10 on a strike. Strike on spare for Peter Flynn.
2 in a row, sets himself up for some bonus money, but more importantly, takes a huge step toward victory in this Challengers match.
Second part of the fill coming up. Can he get the 4 horsemen left and earn a bonus ball? A little too hard on the head pin.
Dave Richards is going to need 2 marks.
125 for Peter. Dave's at 88 now. Needs to get to 37 for the tie.
2 huge marks.
He's certainly capable. Four left up.
A little skip lob there, perfectly legal, but he dropped the ball prematurely, hit the foul line. Took a little bit off the ball. 1 and 8 plus the 6'10" with a piece of wood in front of it. Catches the head pin, he's got a chance.
Got him! Wow, that was clutch. Still more work to do, though.
He can't afford a bad fill, though. See his reaction to that spare. He knows he's got a chance. Yes. Still in this.
Nine of them go. So he's looking at the 10. Yes.
He's got it. 117 plus the ball. 8 to tie, 9 to win.
What a dramatic finish this is becoming. He is pumped.
8 to tie, 9 to win. 8, we go into overtime, 2-box roll-off. Determination on Dave's face. Oh, he's going to have some luck. No.
Just 6, so Peter Flynn wins 125-123, a 2-pin victory. Some exciting Candlepin bowling, folks, and still to follow the championship match, Peter Flynn and Jeff Surette. Keep it here on Comcast Sportsnet. This 2-game championship match. Jeff Surette, the reigning champ, to go first. Opposite this week's challenger, Peter Flynn, who held on to beat Dave Richards moments ago, 125-123. Jeff from Drake and Mass back with us yet again.
Missed the head pin one of the rare times. Leaves himself to 1 and 2. He starts off with a mark.
Best 2-game total of the season to date belonging to this man, 334. He also holds the second best score at 302. Fills it with 6.
3-5 and 4-7. 2 in a row. Just makes those pins talk to him. Come walking across the lane. Watch this one. Watch the 4-7. 3-pin comes all the way across.
Three fall for Peter.
Starts off with a 9.
Opposite that second spare from Jeff.
Off the head pin, the first 2 frames. Not a good thing. Good recovery there. He's going to convert that for a fine spare in the second.
That comes at a big time. It's early, but you don't want to give Jeff too much daylight. Spread eagle, just 4 on the fill.
Just 7, so Spare was not as beneficial as he would hope for with just a 4 fill and then a 7 box. This is one he started with the very first box. The 1 and the 2 pins. And same result. Spare in the 5th. 3 of the first 4 boxes, Jeff has put up spares.
Peter with his fill following that mark in the 2nd. Half Worcester left, just 2 on the fill.
These bowlers have so much talent. As soon as they let that ball go, they know it's not on target.
Decent recovery, leaving just 1 up. $10 to 31 for Peter. Puts him 6 back through 3 complete. Now, though, opposite another spare from Jeff. Good answer.
Strike. The ultimate answer, really. That 8-pin falls forward into the 5 for his 2nd mark, and a big strike.
Jeff dropped 7 on his fill.
Three, 5, and 10. Wood should help him. Oh, 2 full on the 3, drove it straight back and missed the 5.
.64 at the halfway point, game 1 of 2. Four horsemen right, plus that sleeper, the 8 in the back. Converts. 4th mark, all spares.
Another terrific spare off the ball of Jeff Surette. 4 horsemen, as John said, and the 8. Needs some help on the 8, and he gets it. Peter Flynn working on a strike.
Takes out 6. Two in a row, 3 of the last 4. 2 spares and a strike. Peter's game coming alive.
You see the lead he had, the 1, 7, 9, and 10. Got a lucky break by not hitting the head pin. He was able to make it count, put a spare on strike.
Bonus money on the line right here. If he can make it 3 straight, that'd be $50. That wood at an interesting angle.
Wants that one to stay right there. It looks like he's got a nice little guide on either side. Wood behind the 2-pin should keep it play on. He just, and make it a 9.
Step aside here, our first break in game 1. Jeff Surette, Peter Flynn for this week's championship, the Candlepin Challenge on Comcast Sportsnet. Welcome back. 6 boxes into game 1 of 2 in our championship match this week. And it's Peter Flynn, the challenger, with an edge at the moment, but Jeff Surette is about to fill his spare from box 6. Go ahead with that 7-pin drop.
Triangle 3, 5, 6, trying to make it 2 marks in a row.
A 9 boosts Jeff up to 90. That leaves the 4-7-10.
He's not going to have any help, so he's going to try to hit the 4 into the 7, and hopefully something will walk across from the left sidewall into the 10. 2 full in that 4. So for the first time in the championship match, he is open 2 consecutive frames. Let's see if Peter Flynn can take advantage of that. 99 through 8 for our champ. Peter sitting at 77 through 6.
Peter shooting to be the first bowler in 7 weeks to defeat Jeff Surette. Just got a current run of 6 and counting. Not what he wanted with that first ball.
We had something similar on lane 36 a few boxes back. Converted it for the spare. Not this time, though.
That's an 8. He'll lose 1 in count.
Not what he had in mind when he got up there with facing 2 open frames by the champ. He's over the lane 36. 3-6-4-7.
Open again, 3 in a row open for Peter.
So not only will he not capitalize, he may fall further behind. Yes, 7. Now he trails by 7.
99-92 the numbers at the moment. Jeff in the 9th.
Jeff may feel he just dodged the bullet in those 2 frames. Everything but the 9.
He gets the mark. His 5th in this game. All of them spares. His fills have not been off the charts, though. Would like a strong one right here. At a 6, a 4, a 7, and another 7. This time an 8.
Two and a 4, trying to make it 2 in a row. The final 2 frames of this first game.
Hoping to get to 127. And he does here in game 1. His average 133, so off his average by 6, but he's at 127 with Peter yet to bowl those final 2 boxes.
Peter's right at a 112 clip right now. Needs some marks. Again, misses the head pin. This time he kicks the head pin out. Probably, no doubt, made the spare attempt much more difficult. He's going to play, I'm sure he's going to play the double piece of wood in front of the 7. See if he can get something moving from left to right.
Open in the 9th, 4 in a row open for Peter. And he'll get a final frame here in game 1 to try to tighten the deficit up.
Boy, he buried that one, and he's not going to have much to shoot at. 8 and the 10. That one's in front of the 10. He's going to cap that wood. Pin's going to take one of those pins, and the ball take the other. Not quite hard enough. Good effort. He's going to find himself trailing by 15 or so.
Exactly 15. Murphy math coming up big yet again. Never ceases to amaze us. 1 game in the books, the strike challenge. Member of the audience steps in next.
everybody. It's time for the strike challenge, and today our challenger is Dave Finieri. And Dave, where are you from?
Munson, Massachusetts.
Munson. So what would 350 help with?
Car payment.
That's a good thing. That's a good cause. Well, best of luck with that.
Thank you.
If Dave can get a strike, he'll get the 350. Here goes. Pulls it to the left, so now it's $50 for a spare. Better ball.
Oh, and kick it this way.
Yes, 50 bucks. Well done, Dave. He's excited. That'll pay for the gas and a little more. Back to Western Massachusetts for Dave. We return.
My younger brother Paul lives in Munson, Mass.
We return to our championship match now. Jeff Surette up by 15. Peter bowling first and dropping 8. Opening mark for Peter Flynn in box 1, a spare. We'll need a series of those, string some together to have a chance to go ahead of Jeff here. Good ball, gets him 7. Deserved more than that. Jeff 10 boxes away from potentially making it 7 weeks in a row as the champ of the Candlepin Challenge. Takes a good step in that direction by dropping 9. He'd match Peter's spare if he can pick up the 4. Yes, pushes the wood straight back.
No problem there, matching spares.
Fill of 9 with the 7 remaining.
Tough piece of wood out in front. Just drive it straight back like it wasn't there. Yep. 2 in a row.
Box 3 for Peter. Leaves only the 9.
Crucial mistake there for Peter Flynn.
Might have been thinking about the wood to the right, went a little too far left.
Distraction there, yeah, could be.
On to box 4.
In fact, the champ put up 2 marks too, a little added pressure there. Knows he can't make mistakes. Peter's another one of those bowlers. He's going to fight you tooth and nail right until the end. So, as I said, he keeps trying. But Jeff has a great opportunity now to really take control of the match.
Third mark here gets Jeff $50. 3 marks in a row, any combination of strikes and spares. $50 and 50 more for each consecutive mark after that.
Like I said, wow, that pin was going down and the wood stood it back up. 9-pin drop. Now Now this is a tricky piece of wood. I think he has to go next to the channel, next to the gutter there. I think if he goes right at the pin, he's going to go by it. That's what he was thinking. Yeah, that's what he was afraid of. He had to go far right and just went a little too far.
He's at 47 through 3.
Boy, he buried that one. Left this out the 5 and the 7. And again, wood is, like we talked about last week, sometimes the wood can hurt you more than it can help you.
56 plus this one, 57 gets him a 12-pin advantage. 56 to 45, rather. It should be 57. So it gives a 12-pin advantage in this game. 27 overall as Peter works now in the 5th.
1-3 left for Peter. Oh boy. Hit the object pin. Hit it flush, drove it right straight back, missed the 3-pin.
And he'll have to take a second straight 9. Six fall, 4 remain.
He's got the head pin up, but then the back row, 7, 9, 10. Wood could help him on the 9 and the 10. The 7's probably the problem. And that it is.
You can see the air's just been taken out of his game at this point, Peter, with 4 boxes to go.
The missing the single, I think, was a crucial point in his match. And then, of course, he had the 1-3 and he hit the object pin, the head pin, where he just drove it straight back. Missed that by inches. So there's 2 marks he could have had and could be cutting into this lead.
Instead, Jeff is extending it.
.29 plus this ball through the 6th frame.
10 more. Strike on spare. Is it a good time for a break? Maybe for Peter Flynn to regroup. He's got only 4 boxes to do it, though. Jeff Surette getting close to making it 7 weeks in a row on Comcast Sportsnet. Surette being the champ for 7 straight weeks. Needs to make it official, though, over the final 4 boxes. And Peter Flynn down in a big way by 39 pins.
Peter's thinking strikes now. Sure. Boy, hit the right one, but again, too full.
He had a mark in the first, and he's been open ever since. Drop 7. Got the 1, 2, 10 remaining. $10 to 81 for Peter. Jeff for bonus money now. Spare strike and What will he do here in the 7th? Six, 7, 9 remain.
2 pieces of wood, one in between the 6 and the 9, another out front. Probably on the left of the red line and snap it toward the 7. Now he's going opposite side. That's probably why he missed it, because he didn't play it the way I told him. 106. On cruise control again. Strike in the 8th.
With a win today, Jeff would be just 2 shy of matching the all-time mark of John Zappi, 9 in a row. Today would be number 7 for Jeff. Been that type of game too for Peter Flynn.
Yeah, when Peter was coming in, if you told me he was only going to get 4 marks in the championship round, I'd say you were crazy. But right now, that's all he has. Only 1 in this game. That's the beauty of Candlepins, though. You just never know. An inch here, an inch there, and instead of being a spare or strike, it's a 9 box.
Not too beautiful to Peter, though, right now. Beauty of Candlepin to
yeah.
maybe Jeff.
Three, 7, and 10.
There it is. A little too late for Peter's liking, but he'll get 1 extra ball. Nine more to his total, 109 in game 2. 221 total. Jeff has already surpassed that, so just these 2 final boxes to cement it. And he can look ahead to pursuing an 8th consecutive week as champ 1 week from now. Final box coming up. Spread eagle remains.
Andrew Wozniewski and Ken Spicone Jr. will be in next week as challengers.
Jeff had the 127 in the first game. And he'll put up a 139 in this one, total of 266. And it's a 45-pin victory. Ho-hum, Jeff Surette wins yet again. We're back for the wrap-up after this on Comcast Sportsnet. Wrap-up in Woburn on Comcast Sportsnet. Jeff Surette continues to win, and it's now 7 weeks in a row.
Well, I tell you, it was on a little cruise control that time. Peter Flynn struggled and missed that single. I think that was crucial at the time in the match. It was fairly close. If he got that one, he hit a 2-pinner, didn't get it, and then Jeff took over from there.
Again, John Zappi's all-time record is 9, so we'll see if Jeff can get to that with the 2 more. We'll get his thoughts on the streak and some other things in just a minute. But first we go to Trina, standing by with the runner-ups. Trina?
Thank you, John. Well, I'm back with Cookie and Peter. And Cookie, it was great to see you back again, but I'm sure you're going to feel like you could have done a little bit better.
Yeah, I didn't capitalize on my spares. Like, I think there was a 4th box that I had 2 on the fill, and I just held on to it too long. And then in the 10th box, when I had a chance to go by Peter, I just wanted the head pin, but it just got away from me.
You were just saying a second ago that sometimes your best offense, or your best defense, is to get into somebody's head. And you weren't able to do that today.
Exactly. You get on a run and you get into the opponent's head, and that just didn't happen today.
Yeah. Well, you'll have a chance again, I hope. We'll see you back again. $150 for you from the ICBA.
Thank you very much, Trina.
Thank you. Good to see you. And Peter, you had a good string, and then...
I had a good string. Then I missed a couple of singles and a couple of easy shots. I had a bad day after that. The last two strings were horrible. And if you bowl that bad against Jeff Surette, you're going home.
You know, the second string especially, it was the curse of the single pin.
Yeah, I did miss a single. I missed some easy shots, too. I was just off. You know, it just was.
Well, he's a tough competitor anytime.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, when you give him chances, he's going to beat you.
Yeah.
You're going home.
Then you're going home. But we're hoping to see you back here again, Peter.
I hope so.
$200 for you from the ICBA.
Well,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, it was nice to see both of these gentlemen back here. Back over to you, John.
Trina, thank you. Jeff, 7 in a row now. What'd you make of today against Peter?
Pete struggled. He usually bowls, you know, very, very well. And I didn't bowl that great, but enough to win.
When you see someone struggle like that, body language tells you. Like I always compete, I always watch the body language of my opponent. If he starts to struggle, does that give you any incentives? Like maybe if I put a mark or two up here, I can get control of this match?
Yeah, that's the time where you want to jump, you know. You see that and you think in your own head, you know, put up a couple here and, you know, you're in good shape.
We spoke about it. You joked about it. John Zappi's streak of 9. You're at 7 now. 2 more. Still think you can get there?
We'll see what happens next week and see if I can get 8, and then we'll think about the 9.
That's the mark to shoot for. Well done today, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
That'll do it for another edition of the Candlepin Challenge. We'll see you next week right here on Comcast Sportsnet.